Hello, my lovelies. Adam Bede is the name of a book written by George Eliot in the 1930s. I inherited this little book when my husband passed. It was his grandfather's. And the poor little darling was absolutely falling apart. So I thought I would preserve it a little. I love the scroll work here, and there's also a little raised section there, a little embossed man of a couple of horses ploughing a paddock. Absolutely beautiful, and the name of the book is down here. I'm going to leave 75% of it. I'm going to put something here, but 75% of it I'm leaving as is. But it's starting to get very faded, very worn. So I thought aged mahogany would be the perfect colour to go around the edges of this book to give it a little bit of a facelift. Let's see if my colour choice is good enough. I'm hoping like mad it is. Ooh, I'm liking that already. Almost a perfect match. That's really good. I like that. I'm also going to use some of my scraps of paper. I had some fairly large scraps. When you paper piece, you take a little piece out of this one, a little piece of that one, and you're left with some massive pieces of paper if you're using 12 by 12s, which I have been doing. And then I went through my range of one-sided scrapbook papers. You can get double-sided, two-sided ones, which is really quite nice. But I thought I would use some of my single-sided because I'm not, well, I've used them and used them and used them, and I'm getting a little bit bored with them. I guess we all get that way occasionally with our stash. When we buy out big, which I used to do, you know, I never bought more than 2 pieces of paper the same. Always had 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Confessions of a scrapbooker here. But I always used to buy in bulk because I would do double layouts, and I'd do 2 or 3 of them, not necessarily with the same photos, but with the same paper. That looks really lovely. That's given that a really nice lift. Now I'll do the end if I can. I'm sure I can. I think I'll go around all of the edges and do this. This colour is just so nice. It's blending in beautifully with the original book. Yeah, let's go around and do them all. Give them a little bit of a lift. It's a pity I couldn't preserve the pages. They were old, they were brittle, they were falling out. So I thought the kindest thing to do would be to take them out all together and use them as embellishments, which I've used a few of them. I can't keep every book, even, you know, because of its age. It's, you know, 85 years old or thereabouts. So you can't keep everything. It's a shame, but I just don't have the physical room or the time left. You know, who knows? You know, when you get to your 7th decade, time becomes very precious. You do what you can, but you're never guaranteed that you're going to be here for another 10 years or whatever. I keep saying I'm not going to get old until I'm 80, but the body is telling lies on me. We don't need to go into that, though. It's just one of those things that happen as you get older. Sometimes your body deteriorates. Did I do that back? Doesn't look as though I have. I'm sure I did. Another double layer won't hurt. Intensify the colour. If anything, it's just given it a mighty big lift, which is awesome. This is lovely colour. I'm so pleased I bought this little mini. I've decided I have more room for mini inks, but then there are some of the lovely ones and you can't get the minis of them, so you've got to buy the big ones. Darned if you do, darned if you don't, aren't you? I don't care. I don't mind either. No, I didn't do this one. Okay. Whoopsie. think I'll do the inside as well. That way it'll have a double refreshment. I think that's right. This poor little book is just so old. I'm hoping it can stand up to the shock of having new pages in it. It'd be terrible if it fell apart on me. I'm going to leave the original cover in here, but I've got a piece of lovely cocoa textured paper. It's literally called cocoa, that I can put in here, and it's a lovely deep brown. I'll show you that in a minute when I've done this fiddly bit. I'm very impressed with that. The colour couldn't have been matched any better if I tried harder. So sometimes your first choices are just the right ones. Oh, look at that. It's given it a real lift. I don't think I'll go over this because I'm a little bit afraid that I might mess up the decoration on the spine. So I'll leave that for now. And yes, I'm starting another journal, even though I haven't finished the other one. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Now, I'm going to do a loose spine, which will... I have to adjust one side of this because it doesn't quite close up without... It closes up beautifully there, but then when I go to close over here, it makes a mess. So I've got to alter it a little bit by about maybe 1/4 of an inch. Few mils, and then I can poke the holes in this and I will sew the signature. I've determined that it can take 2 signatures with probably about 10 pages in them. So let's just close this up for now. I don't want to close with that in there. But see how lovely that the colour is? It just works really well with the deeper shades. I could but go lighter, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather go darker. Right, just pop you to one side, lovely. Because I've got some papers here that I'm going to use. Now, those are scrap pieces that are going in. I figure if I show you the process from start to finish, it'll make a nice little series. This is from a book that I have had for several years. I think Crafty Rena might have sent me this one. But there's all these beautiful pages in here with butterflies on them. Let me just give you a flip through. They get repetitive after a while, so... But aren't they gorgeous? I was going to use it as a journal for myself, but then I thought I would share it with a lot of other people, so I had to trim a lot of the sides off to make it fit into Adam bead. Now I have 1, 2, I have some scrappy bits, 3, 4, 5, I'll put those in the middle. And this one, I thought I would... What am I doing? Getting the halfway mark. And then what I can do is a little bit of forward planning here. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good, that's folded. Okay, and I can do the same with this one. This is the side piece of the page that I cut. Oh, it's exactly what I need. Okay. Was this the same? Yeah, it was. Oh, look at me go. I'll probably have to trim a little bit off the very edge of these along there, because I have a feeling they're going to be just that little bit too wide when I get them into the book. This was such a pretty green. I'm glad this is the last sheet. Oh, heck. I didn't realise that. It's a Heidi Grace from 2004. There you go. This information was useful after all. So I'll leave that there for now. I can cover that up when I'm embellishing the pages. Let's just get these all folded. I have this beautiful wad of stamped pages that I can't use because they're too wide and I've already stamped on them. So I'll put that back over there with my butterfly book. When I was cutting this page, I cut it so that the design was this way on my guide, and I realised afterwards that the skin goes that way, not that way. So we've got an odd one there, but that's okay, it still looks pretty. A little odd bit. Oh, I need that one over here. I'm dithering, sorry. I had needed some little 1/2-inch circles for something, and when I was doing this work out here, I thought, yeah, I can use that as a little feature on this page. And then remembered that I messed up down here, so I can still use it, I think. I'm pretty sure I can. Oh, crunch. Oh, look at that. Youch. Now, this one was an odd one. And I think I was going to do it, yeah, I was going to do a double fold in here. Oops, not that way, this way. Over so that I can get a measurement there. Rough one, and as you can see, it's been rough cut. Oh, if you could see my face, it's a disappointed look because I creased it and then I didn't know where I creased it to. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to stress over that. I'm just going to crease it down here, and I know it's going to fit because it's a little bit narrow, but that's okay. Because I just want to make a couple of little tuck spots using the paper that I've already got. It doesn't matter because you're not going to see that. As long as I don't stick it in the middle, I'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. It'll be okay on the day. Yep, that matches. And this one. Now, I used a lot of this paper on different things and I didn't want to cut the bike, so I left it there. So that's going to sit in there in the journal that way. That's okay. This lovely strong piece of card, which I have used hundreds of times over and over and over. Not this particular card, but the others like it. All right, let's see how many pages I've got here. Let's get the full pages, the full pretty pages. Or what I call pretty pages, not lined, not dyed. Right, so I have 1, 2, 3, that's a little one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for one signature, 4 for the other. Now, put a green one there, put the other green one on there. 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 is 7. Okay. Just pop that lot over there for now. I can put that in there. Oh, whichever way, I'm going to have to double up somewhere. Okay. 2, 3, that's 7. Now I've got these little bits here. It's 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I need 2 more pieces for this signature. I don't have my dyed papers in the room yet. I do have a butterfly book though. I can get another one of those out very quickly. Whichever way I'm going to use to go and lose half of those flowers. I'll pop those back in there. All right. I think I might like to save the top of those this time. Although it's going to cut that off anyway. Yeah. All right, let's go with the bottom. Decision made. Probably regretted, but you do what you have to do, yes? Yes, of course. All right, now I could use those, but I'm not going to. Into the bin it went. All right, and I still need one more for here, I think. It's 4, 8, 9. What can I use? What can I use? Somebody come up with an idea, please. I'm a little bit stuck. Don't want to put blue into that. Okay. Let's go urban. We'll do this one. Now I want to fold it that way, so we cut there. Yes, 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 yes. Lining it up. Not terribly straight cutting here, but I can alter that by cutting along this line. And it gives me little lines to write on, so I can have my journaling all over the place. That would be awesome. Okay, now these can go into the scrap area. Refold that one. Refold this one. Not refold it, I have to fold it. Oh, nails. Oh, nails on a blackboard. Yowie. I like that. That's really quite nice. And I've got lots of space there to decorate and journal. Okay, let's get these put together. That one won't work because it's got to open up that way. Or does it? That way. Okay, a little short one. And a tall one. Another short one. A tall one. Short. Tall. Short. that's good. So that will sit there for a minute. Yeah, that's going to work nicely, because if I leave the book on a bit of a slant with the pages, the covers coming down this way, so they end up at the peak, when I expand and embellish, it's going to raise up and hopefully won't become too hectic with the mouth of the book. I did some cutting this morning. I am looking for something to put on the front. This one will do nicely. And a little one. And a big one. Big one. Yes, I'm talking to myself. And I'm talking to you at the same time. Telling you what I'm doing. Big one. And a little one. And a big one. Am I still short? Oh, don't tell me I'm short again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. For some reason, I must have more in the other one, because I had... Did I have a big one or a little one? Oh, no, I had a big one. Okay. Sorry, I'm sort of doing a little bit of mindless thinking here. All right. I think I've taken up enough of your time for this one. I will turn the camera off and organize my next part of this, which will be the stitching in, and then maybe decorate a page with you. So thank you very much for sticking with me. I will catch up with you in the next video. Lots of love. Bye-bye. I decided in my infinite wisdom that I would ink all of the pages before I stitched them into the cover. So I thought I'd bring you along while I did a couple, just to chatter along and show you my process. It's a simple matter of belting the stamp pad with my little dauber, which is running out of oomph. It's a little bit pitted. It's been well loved, this one. My wood stain dauber gave up the ghost on me. They're cheap enough to buy, and I normally get 5 at a time because they're about $2 each, so I spend $10, and then I've got plenty to share around my stamp pads, which is kind of good. Okay, page 1 done. That's what I mean about it falling apart. The little pieces come off, which is regrettable. Yeah, time I got another one. Have I got a clean one in? No, I haven't. So I'll be forced to go to my paper stockist, won't I, and get another 1 or 5. Gosh, that's going to hurt going in there. So many beautiful things in my favourite place. It's called Paper Flourish. It's a lovely shop here in the north of Adelaide, and it is absolutely stunning. There are so many things in there that, you know, I'd like to go in with $1 million and just buy the whole lot. Just in one place, you know. I'd have to buy the whole shop, and then I'd have to pay rent on it because I'd have nowhere home here to put it all. Okay, bad thought. We'll rule that one out. Won't buy the whole shop, as much as I would love to. But there's lots in there that I probably wouldn't use. So, every crafter in Adelaide could join me with in a craft fest and take a little box home of stuff that I wouldn't be able to use. So many hundreds of pieces of paper, all the same size, shape, quantity, colour. Oh, no. No. We'll rule that one right out of the mind. I have enough trouble keeping up with my own stash, let alone taking on a store. Oh dear. Imagine the confusion in this old brand. What do I do now? Well, what can I use next? What can I do now? How many crocodiles do I really need? One for this friend, one for that friend, one for another friend. Yeah, that'll just about do it. And maybe I can sell the others. I wouldn't make much profit owning a store. I'd be giving it all away. I'd be hopeless. Because let's face it, I just bought it for my own enjoyment, you know. It's all lovely to have pipe dreams, isn't it? And I've just realised I've got my novel sitting on my desk. We don't need to see that. I'm going to put that over there. That will give me a couple of inches more room. Yes. Good thinking, Ruth. Good thinking. I did adjust the spine. So that is now able to go into the book cover really, really well. Now I'm going to run foul here because I've got a little too much on my desk. So when I turn the video off this time around, I will clean up my table, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to work. Oh, there's another little piece fallen off. I might have to throw this one in the bin now and sacrifice a lighter shade of ink. Yeah, I've got one there that's not too... Oh, I've closed it. See, I've got all these gaps in here. I need to fill them up. That one's not too shabby. It's getting in the line of shabby. Oh, that one looks... Yeah, use that one. Because it looks like it's already been used on the mahogany. Yep, cool. This is going to take some time, so I'm not going to sit here and bore you by doing all of these pages on camera, because that would just be so boring. Even if I fast forwarded, it would still take, you know, maybe 20 minutes. That's not cut straight. That's going to annoy the life out of me. Scissors will do. It's not... I don't like it when things don't match. I have to ink that bit now again. I haven't done that bit. Okay, Ruth, settle. Settle, pedal. I do love this bicycle with its little basket of flowers. It's wonderful. I used to put, you know, whatever cat I had at home in my basket and ride around the backyard with it. We had a very big backyard. And I'd put a little blanket in there, one of my dolly blankets. I put that in the basket and then popped a cat in. Cat used to just sit there. And I say whichever one I had at the time, because cats used to miraculously follow me home from school, Mummy. Look what followed me home. Then the postmistress gave me away because she worked on the street that I walked on to come home. And she gave it away one day because Mum was in there, and she said, you know, Mrs. D, I had to have a little bit of a giggle at Ruth the other day. She's walking down the street and she's giggling and she's playing with her jumper. Mum said, yeah, there was a cat in there, so it followed her home from school. Well, that gave the postmistress a good buzz for the day. But, you know, cats would follow me home. I just loved cats. I don't love them so much now. They're gorgeous creatures, don't get me wrong. But I'm more of a dog person now. I'm not allowed to have one because this is a pet-free environment. think I've shared that with you before, so sorry if I'm going over history. I have a tendency to do that. It's not until I've said something, you know, 40 million times that I realise, oh, I've already said that. Yeah. When you live a sheltered life, you have a tendency to repeat yourself. Sheltered life. Just I don't go out as much as I used to. Okay, I'm going to call this quits at the end of this page, and I will come back when I have done the whole book, because then I can definitely start to sew it in. Yeah, I'll go down there as well, why not? Didn't do that with all of the, or both of the others, but never mind. Every book is allowed to be different. Get back in there, you. All right, I will return when I have done all of these and I'm ready to sew it in. I know I said that before, but then I changed my mind when I was off camera. So I'll catch up with you shortly. Don't go too far. I won't be long. All right, I've got here my punch guide for my holes, and I've just used the box, one side of a tissue box. It's nice and strong. It's not going to shift in a hurry. I've scored it down the middle that way, and then I've measured it 2 1/4 there and 2 1/4 there. I'm going to actually add another one about 1 inch down, so that if I've got a bigger book, I can use this for not just this little one. But I've also put black dots in the middle of where I've punched my holes already. Ta-da! So that I could line it up with the middle of the book and do my punches that way. Now I've already done one, so I'll leave those clips on there. I will just dive into my drawer here to get another clip so that I can get this one together. Okay, so there's the middle. And what I do is I put the side of my bulldog clip against the fold of the book so that it stays in place. Now this is probably a little bit of an overkill in size of clip, but never mind. Oh, that one's a toughie. Nope, wrong side, Ruth. Okay, now using my center one here, on my spine actually, I'll mark the middle, because as you can see I've marked this as well. This is going to be the wrong side, so it won't matter about my little markings there. And I've doubled up the folds. That's all good. Now lining this up, I should put another black dot on this side so that I know this is my middle. Actually, I'll just mark it that way. I had one of these made before, but it hasn't made it down here yet, and I don't know where it is. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work. Yes, it is. No, those clips are too big. Okay, so I'm going to have to move them out a little bit. Still hold the pages in place, but allow me to get my guide in there. Now, which way is up and which way is down? That way is up. Okay, lining up again. That's better. Hold it firmly in place, and I've got my fingers either side of the spine, so it's not going to move in a hurry. Push down until the awl comes through, or your pokey tool, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now that is my holes punched, so I can file that somewhere where it's safe. Yeah, I love these safe places. I can never find them again. What I will do is poke it down into the corner here, into the back corner, and pop it back over there. Oh, look at that, I can see it. Yes, I agree, nice. Straighten the light up. Okay, now thread. Next thing, I have my needle. Just take the little bit of excess thread off there. I like to leave a little bit of thread on my needle so that I can see it easily in my holder. Excuse me, I'm going to cough again. I've worked out what my cough is. It's a dust allergy. And the other day when I was doing a video, I was coughing like crazy. I forgot to measure. If I do it the length of my table, it's normally about right. We had dust pouring into the house and I didn't realize it. And that's why I was coughing so madly. It was quite frustrating. Come on, thread easily. Normally I can get this one first shot because it's a nice big eye. Now, I used to tie knots in my threads before I started sewing, but I discovered just recently, you know, it's one of those I was today old, that if I put it underneath the clip like that, it holds it in place and I don't have to fuss and bother. Right, now this is going to be my second signature, so it will be going into that one. Okay, into the middle. Now I'm not going to pull it tight because I know that is very secure there, but I don't want to have it so tight that it's going to come apart. Oh, sorry, getting a bit up close and personal. Okay, into that middle. Don't you love it when your thread gets caught on the back of your, or on the corners of things? Now going through the top into the book. I'm trying to do this so you can see it, but it's awkward for me to work. The hazards of working on my table. Goodness me. And in through the top. Now I will give this a little bit of extra pull so that those two pieces go down to the spine and all the way down to the other end. Oh, and I've just pulled them out. Not having fun with my fingers and hands this morning. Okay, let's get this sorted again. I'll feed it through that one before I start tightening, I think. I'm making this look far more awkward than it is, folks. I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll tighten that one, and then where's the bimetal? And then I can pull it up through there. Oh, goodness me, they're still all loose. Put it up through there. Yep. And then that one through there. And then I can give this one a little bit of pull. Through there. Let's have a look at that. Is that nice and, well, it's not nice and tight, but it is tighter. It really just doesn't want to work for me. What's that flapping around there? Why is that? Aha. Gotcha, you mongrel. You're still not very tight though. All right. Oh, I've just loosened the damn thing again. Oh, this is so frustrating for me. I don't normally have this amount of trouble doing a spine. What the heck is going on today? I'm going to get extremely frustrated in a minute. I'm very close to that point now. Yeah. Come on, Ruth, get with the plot. It's coming up a 1/4 inch away, or an 1/8 of an inch, sorry. Shouldn't be doing that. Should be coming up in the same flippin' hole. That's better. You get over there. Do as you're told. Oh, for gosh sakes. Okay, you stinker. Let's get you sorted out here. Pull up tight there. You can pull down tight there. Oh, you're nearly there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start again. No, I'm not starting again. I'm just going to gather myself here. I might have to count to another 10. Holy dooly. This damn thing is not working for me today. Now that one there is not tight. Why are you not tight? Can I pull you lot? No, that's as tight as I can get you. All right, so why are you not tight there? Okay. All right, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. I think, I hope. You stinker of a thing. I'm going to call it something rude in a minute. Aha. Okay, now, have I got you tight all the way? Yes. I sure as hell hope so. There's nothing worse than having a floppy... Yeah, I've done it. Whew. Oh, Lord. Why do you send me these tribulations? I'm going to tie this off before I get any crabbier with myself. And then I'm going to turn the video off and do the other one. Oh, Lordy Lord. I can't get the damn knot done. Tell you. I'm trying to maintain my ladylike demeanour. And we'll do a surgeon's knot there so that I make sure it doesn't come undone. I can breathe. Oh, heavens above. I have never, ever flummoxed so much in all my... Or maybe the first time I did one of these, I mussed around and fooled around and didn't get it tight. But, oh, heck. That was a bit embarrassing. Talk about bloopers plus. And near temper tantrum and counting to 10 and starting again. And oh, that's it, folks. I'm out of here. Oh, damn it. It's in tight, but look at that. It's off-centered. How the heck did that happen? My holes aren't matching up. Oh, that's what the problem was. Damn. Damn, double damn. Yeah, no, they're off. Look at that. They're off. Okay, so I'm not going to run into the same problem again. I am going to pierce these holes where they should be. Or not where they should be. Oh, look at that. It's got a little light underneath there. Don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. But hold that up and it gives me a little shadow. Oh, come on, sit. On there. That's off too. I am so angry with myself. I had my eraser in my gob. I'm just so angry for mucking this up when I wanted it to go so well. Okay. And I use the eraser to put on the end of my very sharp pokey tool so that it doesn't bite me when I pick it up out of my container. Oh, I'm sorry about that one, ladies and gents. If you stuck with me through till now, I think you've done exceptionally well. I'm going to sew this one in off camera, get it right, get it put into the book, and then come back and show you the progress so far. Oh, I am just so not impressed with this. Not impressed. I've never made such a mess of something like this. And if I have, let me know. I'm not going to apologise for it because it is just part and parcel of a crafting moment in the life of Ruth. And with that note, I am going to go and make myself a cuppa. I suggest you do the same. Have your cuppa, put me on pause, and then come back for the end bit. Okay, catch up with you shortly. All right, I'm a lot calmer now. I've had a cup of coffee. I've had a little read of my novel. I've settled my mind. I'm good to go again. I am so sorry about my little hissy fit before. It's not like me to do that online, and I really would like to apologise. It was very naughty of me to let it get so far. I should have stopped and then proceeded on at a later moment. But that's what happens. You get carried away in the moment and you just keep rolling. All right, so I've got the second page or the second signature put in, and believe it or not, it only took me 2 minutes, not 20 like the last one. So I really do apologize for 20 minutes of stuff that shouldn't have happened. Okay, let me see if I can glue this in without further mishap or any mishap. All right, waiting for the glue to come down. I'm just about out in this bottle, so it takes a little while for it to come down. Now, I cannot remember the last time I did a concealed signature. So we're just going to have to hope and pray that I get this right. It would be wonderful if I could have 2 cameras set up, one there and one here, and or I could do voiceovers, but I don't know how to do voiceovers yet. There's a lot to editing that I don't know. I'm just getting good at putting little short videos together to make one really long one. And this one is going to be long. I do apologise. I was hoping to keep it fairly short, but when I looked back at the playing time on this last episode, goodness me, 18 odd minutes of just nonsense. Stay. All right, now let's see if I can get this straight. Look straight up there and look straight there. That's good. So far, so good. This is wonderful. Turn it over. Yep, this is looking good. Oh, that's not so clever. I decided I would use the top of another container to see if I could keep the glue down, and it's a little bit messy in there. We don't want blue glue. I don't mind using the blue stick, the Bostik blue. But I don't really want blue oozing out of the joins to this if I can possibly avoid it. Oh, this glue has got a really strong acetone smell to it, but it's super strong and I love it for that. So I'm quite happy putting up with the smell. It's not overpowering, it's just, I know it's there. But then my sniffer's super strong, so it's only a little nose, but it gets me in a lot of trouble. Over the years, my family have called me all sorts of little names, like small nose, little nose, no nose. Troublesome beast. Not me, but the nose. Okay. Now just give that a couple of minutes to grab and dry. And no, I'm not going to glue the actual middle where I've sewn the signatures in. I want that to remain loose. I don't need you seeping out of there, thank you very much. I'm glad I chose a dark brown to go on here because it's complementing that. I was a little concerned that I might have to put another big piece of paper over the whole lot to cover it, but I'm not going to, because I really do like the internal cover. If I'd thought about it when I took the whole book out, I should have kept the next fly sheet that was attached here. That way I would have had two of this front and back. But not to worry, I didn't do it, I used it somewhere else, so it's all good. All right, here's the moment of proof. Let me just do this glue up, because I really don't want to fill the little cavity with glue. Oh, it's not too bad in there. Okay, apart from being blue, I will sort that out later. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Are you going to close properly? Oh, yes. Look at that. So neat and tidy. I like that. And if I really want to, I could, I don't know if I will or not, but I could put a biro in there like that. Could, but I don't think I want to. Purely and simply because as I decorate this book, it's going to get more and more full. I'm thinking I might like to put a little piece of something in the middle of that signature there. One, to cover up my fluff, and two, just to make it look a little more attractive. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But I'm fairly happy after my hissy fit. I'm pretty happy that that is going to be a very presentable journal. It's going to look gorgeous on my shelf. I love that. I really do. Now, I have this front cover. It's one of the envelopes that I showed you a little while ago. And I've made a little postcard. I've sort of put postcard sticker, and I've written in there that just the originality of the book, what it was called, who wrote it, where it came from, and why I decided to do it. So, and I've talked to you about that all the way through the video, the different reasons and the different locations, and I need to do that inking around there before I put it on. But I think that will look really pretty, even if it stands upright and sits in the bookshelf that way, rather than in there. It could go, just takes up more room that way. This way it's going to take up 2 books worth of space, but this way it's going to take up about 3 or 4 books. I still like it. I still like it. I'm going to do it. All right, my lovelies, I will come back to you when I'm working in this one, when I've got something to put into a journal, and this will probably be one of 2 or 3 that I choose from. I've got my paper bag journal, I've got Adam Bede, I've got my Mega Junk, which I haven't done anything in for quite some time, so that could be another one. I'm not sure if I've got any more journals that are sort of in this stage now that are ready to embellish, because I haven't caught up with everything I've got yet. I've still got lots and lots of things to do. When I've got this room looking somewhere near good, I will show you. I will do a little walkthrough, a little tour. But in the meantime, I'm going to love and leave you now that I've got this book to where I've wanted to be, at least today, and we'll come back to it later on. Thank you very, very much for putting up with me. If you're new, please forgive my temper tantrum in the middle of this. I don't normally do that. I was I'm embarrassed to say it. I don't normally do it, but I'm leaving it in to show you that, yes, I'm human, and yes, I make mistakes, and yes, I can have temper tantrums like anybody can, even a 2-year-old child. And I'm not two. All right, my darlings, I will catch up with you in the next video. Stay safe, stay calm, have a cup of tea, and craft. Bye-bye for now.